So now, more than ever, moms are shining a light on the invisible struggles of motherhood. So whether it's celebrities sharing their stories of postpartum depression or tragic news about mothers in crisis, maternal mental health, it's more important than ever.
One young mom turned her struggle into a resource for other people. And joining us live is founder of Motherhood Understood, Jen Schwartz. Good morning to you. Thank you so much. I think this is such an important topic. We hear and we report about these stories so often. Maternal mental health challenges, you talk about them being misunderstood. But can you talk about your own experience with this and why you chose to start this?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So I gave birth to my son about 9 years ago. And I had this fairy tale vision in my head about what motherhood was going to be. I was going to be a domestic goddess and a Pinterest queen. I was going to be a champion breastfeeder and really just transform into this woman who was born to be a mom, take my baby everywhere, tell everybody motherhood was the most amazing thing that ever happened to me. And what happened instead was I found myself going on antidepressants for the first time, in therapy twice a week, and barely leaving the house for 6 months unless I was forced to because of crippling anxiety.
It's something you just aren't prepared for because,
Right.
like you said, we have these images of what it's going to be like, and the reality is so different. It's not like you don't love your child, but it's so overwhelming. What advice do you have for people who might find themselves in this situation?
Right. It's really hard because we're not educating moms when they're pregnant, so we're completely blindsided when we have our babies and we feel anything other than joy and love and connection. And the truth is that these illnesses affect up to 1 in 5 new moms, probably more. They're not normal, but they're extremely common. So I would tell any woman who feels like something is off or she's suffering in some way that she's not alone and that she really needs to speak up and ask for help, even if she is confused or doesn't know she's anxious or depressed or anything like that. And the key is to really find someone to talk to, particularly a therapist that specializes in maternal mental health. I think is so important. It's really important to just be able to raise your hand and say, hey, I'm struggling. Something doesn't feel right. I need help.
Right.
Do you find that it's still difficult for new moms out there to do that, to ask for help, specifically maybe from a therapist?
I do. I think that there's still tremendous stigma that surrounds these illnesses because, again, we're not talking about them. We're not educating women and their partners in pregnancy. So when it happens, they don't know. They just feel like they're failing at motherhood. So a lot of women don't realize that they're anxious or depressed or something, more serious than just normal new mom fears is going on. And what they do is they stay silent and they suffer in silence and they suffer for way too long from something that is completely treatable and temporary if you do have the right professional care.
So I'm so curious about this. I don't have children, but I think I can relate to what you're talking about in the sense that you have this vision of what your pregnant wife or your pregnant girlfriend would be like, right? You'd say like, oh, it's just going to be a fairy tale and I'm going to be this great dad. But is there anything you could say to guys out there who maybe are going through this experience with a new mom? They're pregnant and they say, well, maybe I don't feel the way that Hollywood has made me feel because of the movies I've seen. So how can guys help their partner and embark
red
this?
flags.
Yeah, what can guys know?
Right. It's really hard because partners experience this too. It's not always the experience they signed up for either. What I would say is if their partner is struggling, the first thing to do is really educate yourself as best as you can about maternal mental health illnesses. On our website, we have a whole page of resources and we even have a cheat sheet for partners that talks about how you can educate yourself, what you can do to support moms, and also what you should never say to moms. And really the key is to just be supportive and listen and even, maybe pitch an extra and also be open to outside help, whether it's family or friends, a baby nurse, a part-time nanny, a postpartum doula. Mom really needs extra support. And also if there's any way that you can kind of maybe take on a little extra at first so she can get some protected rest and sleep, that's also really important.
Right, right. You talked about going on antidepressants. I know a lot of new moms, when they're breastfeeding, they feel like they can't even take, a Tylenol because they're worried about the baby. You just get trapped in this, this cycle, this vicious cycle. Can you talk about what worked for you? Was it just medication? Was it also diet, exercise? All of those things kind of wrapped into one.
Right. So I had my treatment was really a combination of antidepressants and weekly therapy. The antidepressants helped me tremendously. It was the first time I had ever gone on them. And I remember feeling a little ashamed at first. You know, I just became a mom and now I need medication to cope. But really, what I learned was that it was strength because I was taking care of my health, which was the best way to take care of my baby. And I think what happens is a lot of doctors, a lot of people are not extremely well versed in the fact that there are so many safe antidepressants that you can take while you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can, you know, be suffering, and if breastfeeding is something you want to do, I didn't. I formula fed because that was just what worked and was best for me. But you can take medicine, and the therapy really was key. So I think that antidepressants are wonderful. I think that they're even better coupled with talk therapy because the antidepressants kind of get you back to this baseline where you maybe feel a little bit more like yourself. You're able to kind of fight and, you know, have the will to want to get better, but you need to talk about the feelings that you're going through, and that's where the therapy piece comes in.
Jen, you are so honest about a really difficult situation. We thank you for sharing your story. Tell us about your baby. How old now? How are things going?
He's 9. He's great. He's at a baseball game right now. He's I should say he's 9 going on 16. He's very opinionated and stubborn, but I honestly think he gets that from me.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. For more resources, including coaching videos, a postpartum planning guide, a partner checklist, so much good information, you can visit motherhood-understood.com. Thank you again to Jen Schwartz for that. We'll be right back.